Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for today's plan with me. This week I'm using a kit from Paper Crown Planner. I want to say it's called something like Evergreen. I could be way off, but as always, if you're looking for it, it will be in the description box. So this week, this kit that I've printed, I have used a different kind of paper, and I used Spectacle Matte from Sheet Labels. And basically what you can do with these websites, so I believe it's the same with online labels, but you can order samples of things and they'll send you, samples of things. My words are all slurring this afternoon, don't know why, I must be much tireder than I thought I was. You can buy samples and they will send you 3 sheets of that paper essentially. Now, Sheet Labels do not ship to the UK, so I did have to ship to a consolidation address, and then that consolidation service shipped to me in the UK. So I tied it in with something else. I was ordering a dress. I was ordering a dress from Target, actually. I've never purchased from there before, but I was influenced. This reel that I saw on Instagram, I immediately fell in love with it. It was this like dark pink dress with roses all over. I was immediately fell in love with it. But Target obviously don't ship to the UK, so I tied it in. I thought, well, since I've talked myself into ordering that, I will order the samples at the same time, just in case. So I knew going in that if I was going to prefer their paper, that even though it's slightly cheaper, I believe it's about $20 cheaper, or the equivalent of $20 in pounds, than the paper from online labels, I knew that I was then going to have to pay for shipping. So yeah, this kit is using that. So this is using their Spectacle Matte. I've ordered their Standard Matte and Spectacle Matte. I haven't used their Standard Matte yet. I believe it's sat in my printer waiting to be used for when I next print a kit. It was fine. It was the same, pretty much same quality. The sort of colour of the paper is definitely brighter. It is a much brighter white. I mean, when you see it next to their standard paper, you can see a significant difference. Their standard paper looks really yellow because this paper looks really white. So to be honest, that's not necessarily a good thing when I'm using this planner, because this planner is that slightly duller white, which I prefer, whereas Harriet Wright Designs does. Her planner is a much brighter white paper. So yeah, that's the paper situation there. The quality in terms of thickness of the paper, feel of the paper, all of that jazz is the same. Yeah, so there's not really much more to share. I still had to do because I've said in previous videos about the quality of the paper in the Sadies stickers planner, it rips a lot easier. I still, with this sticker paper, had to go through and sort of take the tackiness of it off on the back of my hand, as I did with the stickers from online labels. So yeah, when I eventually print a kit with the Standard Matte, I'll let you know if there's any kind of differences there. Or Wendy's just jumped off the bed upstairs. She'll be running in a second. Yeah, so that's kind of the bit of voiceover I wanted to make sure I explained about the paper situation, because I know others are kind of interested in the quality and the differences in all these different companies doing all their different types of paper. Yeah, so that was that. In terms of the plans, it wasn't a super exciting week. You'll see I changed the month sticker in the top left corner there, because I forgot that it was it's the end of February coming into March, but because it's the first week of the March month in the Sadies Stickers planner, I just automatically put March, so that was a bit foolish, but I managed to rescue the sticker. You'll also notice when I was doing my date cover section, I put the dates wrong at the end of the week. It was actually the 1st and 2nd of March. Sorry, Wendy is pitter-pattering around everywhere. She'll settle in a minute. It was the end of February into the beginning of March, but I've put the 29th and the 30th. But obviously February only has 28 days. So later on in the plan with me, if anyone saw that and was immediately bothered by that, apologies. It will be amended later in the plan with me, and I have included that because I know that's the kind of thing that would drive me mad of, did that person know that they put those stickers there? So yeah, just to reassure everyone, I have corrected the dates in the date cover section. I obviously wasn't paying much attention when I was putting the stickers down. I put the wrong month or a month too far, and I put the wrong dates. So I think I just said it's not a super busy week in terms of plans. I did have a real hankering to watch the Mary-Kate and Ashley films. I've been wanting to do it for a while, but they are not available anywhere. I have looked everywhere. You can rent a few of them on Apple TV. They're just, I cannot find them, but I managed to dig out a couple of them. I watched The Challenge, and I watched Holiday in the Sun, or maybe When in Rome. I've watched a few of them at this point, but it's been something that's been on my list for a while to watch those films again. I'm just feeling nostalgic, so I was glad that I could find a few of them because they are really hard to come by. I don't know if anyone else likes to find old things that they used to absolutely love, but I sure like watching old stuff. Like from time to time I'll watch an episode or two of H2O, Zoe 101. Obviously Friends is a constant one that's being watched all of the time, but just some stuff that I used to love from my childhood, or teen years. I just dip in and out of the odd episode. I guess just when I need a comfort show. I'd imagine that's quite standard for everyone. So on Wednesday we had quite a fun day at work. I haven't written it down specifically because I don't want, I just don't really want anything about my job out there on the internet. I think it's good to kind of keep some stuff to yourself. It just doesn't need to be a thing, but it was a really good day in terms of we did sort of some team building stuff, and just some really fun activities. So I just kind of wanted to note all of that down, because it was a really, really good day on Wednesday. I was so tired. And then we had to come into the office on Thursday, because we were doing, our team is being restructured, and we're having to sort of go through a consultation process, and the big presentation from kind of the head of department was on that day, and we all needed to be there in person for it. So that was exhausting, having to get all the way there after such a physically exhausting day I was absolutely knackered. So I think I finished quite early on the Friday. I was so tired. And then there was something else that I didn't want to note down on the page, just some stuff that was happening with some friends, that was kind of private and personal. So I've left that out. And then on Saturday, I had one of my ballroom dance lessons. I've done ballroom and Latin for many, many years. I started when I was about 10 years old, and it brings me so much joy. And here we go, I'm rearranging the dates now. With long COVID, obviously it's been really difficult to do any kind of heavy duty exercise or any regular exercise, to be honest. But having those lessons once every couple of weeks brings me so much joy. I've always loved music, I've always loved dance, and I just have a one-to-one lesson with my teacher. He is a delight. He is a really lovely, patient human being. We just sort of make up routines as we go. We've been doing a bit of rumba, a bit of cha-cha, a bit of salsa. I'm so used to doing structured routines from my sort of childhood and teen years. I did a lot of exams, and he's been wanting me to kind of be a bit looser and a bit more free. So we've been doing salsa, and he's been trying to make me do sort of follow his lead and just not really think about it. He doesn't sort of tell me what's coming next, and that's been a real struggle for me because I'm so used to the structure of a routine, but it's been good fun, and it is such a delightful way to spend an hour. So this is how the spread looks. I hope you enjoyed this plan with me. It's a really lovely kit, really beautiful colours, and really fitting for coming into March. You'll see I like my March kits to be very green. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.